Hi, welcome back to Marissa Explains It All. And today I'm going to do a short discussion review with swatches of the Too Faced Stardust Vegas Nay palette. And here is what it looks like. Here are what the shadows look like. And it does also come with a Too Faced shadow insurance, a deluxe sample size, and it's a pretty good size there. It'd take you a while to get through this. And then a Better Than Sex mascara, another deluxe sample, and a Glamour Dust, which is just some glitter, in Nude Beam. It's like a glittery shadow. So I'll go ahead and swatch that Nude Beam just because it's at my disposal here first. So you can see it is a shiny, loose, I guess it's more like a loose pigment, very shiny, loose pigment. So, there that is. I don't know if you can even see it. It's very like, I don't think you could really even see it on my skin. It's like very dusty. I would imagine that you would need to apply it wet or just pack it on over your shadow to create, just to have some glitter on your eye. But it doesn't seem to be very pigmented or anything. It seems pretty sheer. I haven't used it on the eye, but from swatching it, that's my impression. And then moving on to the palette here. So these are all the shades, and honestly, when I saw this, again, and I say this all the fucking time, like, you guys are like, yeah, right, you're such a liar, but I see palettes, and it's not that I don't want them, because, I mean, let's face it, you know, clearly I have a problem, but I see them, and I now at the point of my makeup collection, I think, okay, well, I already have stuff that looks similar to that. And not that they don't look great and beautiful, it's just that I think, well, I already have neutral shadows and purple shadows and, you know, gold and things like that. So I had no intention of buying this palette, but I went to Ulta to get, as we do, I went to Ulta to get one item, which was a new liquid liner, and I got the Essence eyeliner pen because I'm running out of my Kat Von D eyeliner pen, and I didn't trust myself to go to Sephora because I just, as you can see from my videos, I just bought a shit ton of makeup, and I'm not trying to go in there and buy more, so I didn't trust myself to go in there, so I just went to Ulta to get an eyeliner pen, and these are only $2.99 for these eyeliner pens. But while I was there, because, you know, ironically, I didn't go to Sephora because I didn't trust myself, but then I went to Ulta and they had a ton of these out, and it's limited edition, and I swatched it, and I'm like, do I need it? But then, of course, I swatched it, and yeah, you know, the rest is history. So let me get into the swatches here. So let's start up top with these three. So this one here is Chandelier, Millennial, and Girls Night. Okay, so there they are. And then swatched on my arm is Chandelier, Millennial, and Girls Night. I mean, do you see why I got it now? When you swatch them, you're like, they're really opaque, they're soft to the touch, and they're just really nice. So that's why I was a sucker. I was a sucker for this palette because I shouldn't have swatched it. Story of my life. Moving on to the next row. This one is Selfie, Showgirl, and Jackpot. And honestly, this shadow Jackpot is one that kind of sold me because it's a matte brown shadow with gold glitter in it, and when I swatched it, the glitters actually stayed. Now, I haven't used it on my eye yet, but I mean, look at the swatch. Like, it, I don't know if you can see the glitters in it, but they didn't fall out. They weren't shimmery and dusty like the Nude Beam, that first pigment that I swatched. I mean, you can see, look at that bronze shade. I mean, holy shit, right? Like, that's a beautiful color. Next row. This one is Pink Pearl, The Strip, and Follow Me. And a lot of these names are kind of in line with Instagram because Vegas Nay is big on Instagram, so that's why the names like Follow Me and Selfie are in here. So here we go, there's those shades. Let me go ahead and swatch them. So Pink Pearl, The Strip, and Follow Me. And I'm actually wearing all three of these on my lid right now, but look at the shininess, and the opaque quality just follows all the way through. I'll admit I can be kind of shitty when I do swatches and I press really hard up top, and then when I drag it down, the color doesn't necessarily stay all the way. But with these, I mean, just look, the color followed through all the way down to the bottom of my swatch. And the last row is this shade Double Tap, Golden Nugget, and Sin City. So Double Tap is a matte burgundy shade. Obviously this one is, Golden Nugget is a shiny gold, and then Sin City is a matte black. So let me swatch them for you. Double Tap, Golden Nugget, Sin City. So there are those shades. Here are my swatches of the Too Faced Stardust Vegas Nay palette. When I went into my Ulta store, they had a ton of them. There was like, the whole rack was practically full, and that's not usually how it is at Ulta. Like, usually the reason I feel confident going into Ulta to buy my one item was that usually everything I want is sold out. So I felt like I was gonna go in there and be able to walk out with the one item that I went to get. But they had a ton of these in stock. So I would recommend walking into your local Ulta if you have that available to you and check out this palette, because it seems to be pretty good, guys. Like, again, I had a weakness for the swatches, but I did use them today in this look, and I will be showing you up next how I created this. So if you want to see how they performed on the eyes and how I came up with this look using this palette, then go ahead and keep watching. Okay, thanks. Okay, so just for the sake of time, I've already applied all of my face makeup, including blush, highlighter, my eye primer, eyebrows, and then obviously I already did the shadow on this eye. So I will just go ahead and continue with this eye so you can see how this palette performs. And the first thing I'm going to do is take this shade right here called Chandelier. I'm going to put that on my brow bone with a flat shader brush, and then I'm going to take the shade right here called Millennial, and I'm going to put that in my crease with a crease brush. So there's the flat brush there, and just put that on my brow bone as a highlight. And then with a crease brush, I'm going to go into Millennial and put that into my crease as a blending shade, and just blend it up into the highlight shade. All right, then I'm going to take a flat shader brush and go into the shade Pink Pearl, which is that shade there, and I'm going to put this all over my lid. Then I'm going to go into this purple shade right there called Follow Me, and I'm going to use the same flat shader brush that I used for that Pink Pearl, and I'm going to put this on the outside and the inside of my lid, just leaving the middle blank, and then blend it into the crease. So outside and then inside, and then just blend it into the crease so it creates a circle, leaving the middle open with that Pink Pearl shade underneath. Okay, and then go into my blendy brush and blend that up into my crease a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take a crease brush, so this one here. I'm going to go into this shade Double Tap, which is a burgundy. It comes out darker on camera. I feel like it's more, it's redder in person, not so brown. But I'm going to put this in my crease, just on the outer V part, just to add, so not all the way across, just on the outer part, just to add some color there and some depth. And then again, going into my blending brush and blend that up. Now, for the middle, to make the middle of the eye a little bit more shiny, I'm going to go into this shade right here called the Strip, which is, it's a very shimmery purple shade with glitter, and I'm just going to use that on my finger because you can see it, just, I can pack it on just right there in the middle of my lid where I left the blank part. Okay, then I'm going to go back in with that paddle brush and into that purple shade Follow Me that I had put on the inside and outside and add some of that back in. So I can blend it into the middle part, the middle of the lid there, just to help it. So there we go. And then for the lower lid, I'm going to use my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Psychedelic Sister. I'm going to run this on my lower waterline. And this does have glitter. It is a metallic shade. Not everyone can wear metallic shades on their waterline. They don't bother me, but if they bother you, then you probably wouldn't want to use this particular shade. And then I'm going to take like dense little smudger brush, and I'm going to go back into the Follow Me shade and the strip. So I'm going to take these two colors. I'm going to mirror exactly what I did on top. So take the purple and put that on the inner portion of my lower lid and then the outer portion. And then in the middle, I'm going to go into that strip shade and just add that. Right? Then I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm going to run that under where I put those just to kind of help the lower part there. And wipe away the fallout here, so there is some fallout. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to do for the eye look is to take a pencil brush, and I'm going to go into this shade called Selfie, right there. And I'm going to put this on the inner corner of my eyes, just to add a pop of brightness to open up the eyes. This will always adding a white or a shimmer color in there will help open up the eyes a bit. Alright, so there is the tutorial portion and the shadow look that I created with the Too Faced Stardust Vegas Nay palette. I'm going to go ahead and use my Essence eyeliner and apply my mascara and my eyeliner, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that I applied my eyeliner and mascara, I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I have on the rest of my face and put on my lipstick. I used my Urban Decay blush in the shade Bittersweet, and it is a matte purple, and it looks super scary in the pan. You're like, oh hell no, I cannot wear that on my cheeks. But if you look at it, it blends out to a nice pink purple. So I'll go ahead and apply some just so you can see it in action, and I'm sure it's gonna make me look like Raggedy Ann on camera because that's always what happens. But so I just dipped into it, and then it shears out to a really nice purpley pink shade, so it's not as intense and crazy as it looks in the pan. For my lip, I'm going to wear my Too Faced Melted Lipstick in the shade Fig, which is a nice purple shade, like a pinky purple. Here is the final look using my Too Faced Stardust palette, Vegas Nay palette. So a little halo eye there with the darkest on the outside, and then in the middle of the eye it's the lightest. So that is my look, and that's how they performed on the lid, how the shadows performed on the lid. So if you like my video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and you'll see more from me later. Okay, thanks. Bye.